Hi, this is Katie from Katie Goes Platinum, and I'm here today with my partner in crime, Joni Peck, who is the founder of Silver Revolution. So thank you, Joni, for joining us today.
Thank you, Katie. And cheers. I poured myself a glass of wine because it's fun.
Cheers. Cheers to I'll just cheers my dog to you. So,
cheers, Apollo.
So we're here today because ladies like to hear from other Silver Sisters about their journey.
Yeah.
So can you tell us a little bit about why you decided to go gray, or how long you've had gray hair, and what method you use, like the whole shebang?
Yeah. Okay. I think I started maybe 3 years ago, really thinking about all the money and time that I was spending. And it was really on dyeing my hair. And it was really my husband, Garrett, who encouraged me not to be pouring all those toxins on my head, on my scalp.
Yeah.
And I've been dyeing since early 20s. I've been dyeing mostly kind of an auburn color brown. I've always had longer hair. And my hair has always been kind of my crown and glory. My mom used to call it my best feature, really. And so when I told my friends that I was going to think about going gray, they said, "No way, you will never ever last." And it was almost like, okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to really do this.
Right.
Once I made the decision, it was a journey. Let me tell you, I thought that I could go gray in a day. And no matter how much I read out there on blogs and videos, they said that dark brunette hair was the hardest to go gray in a day, go silver. Yeah. And I thought, oh, well, no, my hair is different, So I worked with a colorist. She was fantastic. And I had about 5 inches grow up. So she put foils all over my hair and bleached it and toned it. And 10 hours later, I walked out of there, it looked pretty decent, but it was a mess after one wash. I looked like a green sea monster. I call myself.
I've heard about that.
Yeah, and it's kind of funny that I'm talking about it actually on a video right now, and that you're going to post this, because I was so ashamed and horrified, and it really made me think about my relationship with my hair, and how emotionally tied I was to my hair, which is dumb, but I am. And so it looked absolutely terrible. I couldn't do it. And so I went back to brown. She colored it over, and I had to start over. So not only did I have to start over, the damage to my hair was awful. And my hair texture was never the same, and my hair literally would fall out in groves in the shower. I think I lost about a quarter of my hair, honestly.
My God.
Yeah.
That's what scares me about that. So.
I know. And so after that, I thought, okay, no more anything. I'm going to just go cold turkey. But I had this orangey, at where the brown was. And so I worked with my colorist. About 3 or 4 times, she just dyed kind of the ends dark. And I've talked about it a lot on Silver Revolution, about how I couldn't stand the washout. I had all this red and orange and all this dark and silver coming in, because my hair is really dark in some places and really light in other places. And when I had the orange, it looked terrible. Yeah. So that was a real help, keeping it dark. But I know everyone has their journey, but if I could save one person from not bleaching and ruining their dark hair, I just said it, because it's easier for lighter hair women to do that, to bleach, because they're used to bleach. But my hair was not used to bleach. It totally destroyed my hair.
It's the worst.
Yeah.
I remember back in the 80s when it was popular to have that kind of shorter hair with like a long tail, or like a braid. People would do that.
Yeah.
When I was in college, I got one of those undercuts where you had the asymmetrical bob. And then my goal was to have like a long tail that was like a long braid to my waist, and they bleached it. I wanted it bleached, so I wanted it to be white, you know.
Yeah.
And it turned burnt orange, and it never got lighter. Like they bleached it all day. My hair will not get lighter. So
nope, mine didn't either. It was that, remember the Sun In? We used to spray Sun In because I always wanted to be a blonde like my sister.
Yeah.
And I never ever could go, never ever could go blonde. It just turned orange. So
yeah.
I learned a really big lesson after lots of tears.
I'm sure. And when you talk about feeling dumb for being concerned about our hair, I kind of think of the animal kingdom. Like, you know, you look at like my mother has a Persian cat, or actually he's Himalayan, and he's gorgeous. You know, he's the color of butter. And he's got beautiful long hair. And because of the COVID lockdown, she wasn't able to get him to the groomer as much. And if those kind of cats don't go to the groomer, they get dreadlocks, and it's painful, you know, and it actually can really be painful to the cat. So she finally was able to get him to the vet because she's got arthritis. She can't groom the cat herself. Took the cat to the vet, and they actually had to put him under, and they had to shave the whole cat except for his head. You know, they gave him a lion cut. And the cat has not been himself since that happened. It's like he's ashamed to be seen with all of his hair gone. And so I think of it sometimes like we're the same way. Like our hair is almost like our plumage, like for birds, you know?
It absolutely is for me, for sure.
Yeah, it's part of your identity, and you know, there's a whole lot of stuff like psychological stuff wrapped up in our hair. So don't ever feel bad about being concerned about your hair. It's like it's probably one of the first things you notice about somebody. Don't you think?
Yeah, definitely. That's why this transition is so hard for most people.
Right.
And we've seen such an influx on Silver Revolution since the pandemic hit. I mean, we're up to over 15,000 members.
I know, it's
unbelievable in over 2 years. And and I'm sure some will trail off, you know, once they get back to their salon, but that's fine. They're just not ready for the journey. But I think that just once you make the decision to go gray, and I did, like once I made that decision, I was so inspired by all the beautiful silver-haired models, and I just thought, that's my color. I'm going for it. Silver is in. It's my time. Let's do it. And I tried to cheat it in one day, and it was a disaster. So I'm about just 2 years and 9 months right now. I still have got some of the brown on the ends, and I'm just going to let it grow. And I'm not going to cut it anymore. I don't need to. I barely dry my hair. I have no damage now. So and the rest of it's so healthy. So I've got like this streak here, and then it's pretty dark in the back for sure. Yeah. But it's a really good blend of salt and pepper, which I think yours is actually lighter than mine now, Katie. And we were kind of the same for a while, but yours has gotten so light. I love it.
Yeah, me too. It's like, and see how it's so black underneath.
Oh my gosh. It is so pretty.
That's what I always like, is you don't know what you're going to get, you know?
Yeah, I know. That's right. We never know until, we grow it out and see what's under there.
Can you tell us a little bit about how you take care of your hair? Like, what do you use?
So I wash it twice a week. One time I have my products here. I'm obsessed with this Fenella No Yellow Purple shampoo, but you need to wear gloves. Oh, you do? The hard way, yes. It totally stained my hands.
Okay.
Yeah. So wear gloves. I just leave it on in the shower maybe 5 minutes, and then it leaves kind of this not purple, but sort of this just almost metallic-y, fresh, gorgeous color. I love it. I'm really obsessed, but don't use it too much. I use it once a week, like every other shampoo. And then I really like the Kerastase products. So I use just regular shampoo, and sometimes the clarifying shampoo. But I use the Kerastase masks, which I love. I'm obsessed with this Kerastase Fresh Affairs, their new dry shampoo.
How often do you use that?
Well, just like in between. Do you use dry shampoo?
No, I probably should, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, you wash your hair more than me though. So if I'm like on day 4 or whatever, I just spray it on my roots and it just kind of gives it a lift. Oh, it smells like pina coladas or something. I love it.
That sounds great, because I only
Oh,
wash mine twice a week, I think. How often do you wash yours?
twice a week. Yeah,
Okay.
no more than that. And then after I wash and condition it, I really love this Bumble and Bumble Invisible Oil hairdresser oil, and just put a few pumps on, and just, I don't like oils that are make my hair look greasy when my hair is
Right.
dry, because some oils do that, like Moroccan oil, argan oil, and a couple of the oils that I've tried, I've just gotten rid of, because I don't want to wash my hair and then have it look oily,
Right.
But this invisible oil, it maintains the curl, and it holds down the frizz, and it really tames it. This is one of my favorite products. But other than that, I'm not, and I use just like hairspray to hold, I'm not super obsessed with the products like I was when I first started the journey. When I first started the journey, I was obsessed with this guy. Did you ever try this? The L'Oreal color spray?
I wish I had tried that. Yeah, that's the one that you use to see what you'd look like with gray hair, right?
Yeah. I think I bought like 6 of them at a time, and this, I don't know, a tiny bit left. I'm actually going to give it to my friend tonight, Becky. We're going out to dinner, and I'm going to give her my last, because she's just starting her journey. And
Oh, that's good.
but it's kind of fun. You just kind of spray it, and it gives it. You can kind of tell what it looks like, and you can really go with the demarcation line, cover, so it's not so like stark. That's a good one. And I also I've been eating these hair gummies, probably a little bit too much. But these Sugar Bear gummies, you can get them on Amazon, and I swear, they make your hair grow, but they make all of your hair on your entire body grow. Just a warning.
Oh no, you get like a mustache or something.
I got a little bit more facial hair, but it really works. I can tell that these are great, and I love these because it cures my sugar craving. So like after meal, I just pop a couple, hair gummies, and my husband Garrett, he's just like, "What are you eating? What's sweet?" Because he has a big time sweet tooth. I'm like, "Oh, here, have some hair gummies." I've been taking this product, and it's just, I don't know, I think I got it online somewhere. It's just keratin. But I really like the ingredients in it because it's got lots of vitamins, biotin, of course. And it has a lot of vitamins for nails and hair and good skin health. So I take that. But other than that, just a really healthy diet, and lots of water. And I take fish oil every day.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I can really tell the fish oil really it really hydrates my skin. That's what I love about the fish oil.
I probably should take that because my skin is dry as the Sahara Desert, like every day.
Yeah.
But let me ask you, because I have kind of a sensitivity to vitamins and things like that. Will it make you sick to your stomach at all, or does it taste like fish?
I have to be really careful when I eat the fish oil. I always take it after breakfast. And sometimes if I rush it or whatever, and if I take fish oil, I take it with food for sure.
Okay.
My stomach is very sensitive too. Usually I just air dry my hair. I think I posted that little video, and I'll send you that video too of my little space buns. I put little space buns up here and kind of let it dry, and then take them down, and it just creates this awesome wave. But my hair, usually, if I let it dry just naturally without the oil, it gets kinky and frizzy. I don't like it at all. So I have to do something, either put the oil on in the space buns or dry it. And I love, I think you have one of these too, right?
Is that the Revlon One Step?
No, it's not the Revlon. I got the Hot Tools.
Oh, that's also supposed to be really good.
Yeah.
And so blow dryer brush?
Yeah. I let it dry just a little bit, and then I section it off, and I use this.
Oh, I love those things. They make everything so much easier.
I know, but I only use it when I used it, let's see, when did I wash my hair? A couple days ago. I used it then because I just wanted to change it up, you know. And then sometimes I use just my good old-fashioned curling iron. I think I've had this for a decade, you know, just to kind of put a few little loose curls on the end. But I don't put too much heat on my hair. I just don't want to, you know.
Your hair looks fantastic. It looks really thick and healthy. And now, did you have any friends who were like naysayers when you first did this?
Oh yeah.
What are they like now?
So my BF, Steph, she was so against it. And she said some pretty awful things to me. She said it will age you, and men are not going to look at you the same. You know, I think I was very, very committed at that time. But you know how girls think.
Yeah.
And just said that I would be more invisible. You know.
Right.
But in fact, it's been the opposite. I think I get a lot of stares just from people who say, wow, like she really went gray and it looks okay. And it's wonderful to share my experience with strangers and with friends. And that's why I started Silver Revolution. It seems that my older friends, I'm 53, and it seems that my friends that are older than me say, oh, no way. No, I'm never going to go gray. I can't. It's too late, which is interesting to me. And then my younger friends, they are all on board. They say, oh my gosh, yes, it looks so good.
Yeah. I know. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah. My younger people love it.
That's great. Because, if your friends, the way I always feel is I'm going to do it anyway. Like whatever I decide in my life, I'm going to do it anyway, whether or not anybody supports me. But it's so much nicer if people are supportive. Like it makes things easier.
Definitely makes things easier. I think most of my friends just knew in their heart of hearts that I would never make it. I would go to die. Like I was going to cave. I was going to dye my hair. My sister-in-law said, she looked at it and she goes, yeah, it looks nice. How long is that going to last?
All right. Now you proved it. You can do it. And it looks fantastic. So.
Yeah.
Have you had anybody go gray yet because of you? Like I had all of a sudden like 3 or 4 women I know in my Boy Scout troop and other places told me that because they saw me going gray, even though I didn't talk about it to them. Because I never want to proselytize about it. I feel like I'm just going to do it. And if you like it, then you can do it too. And I'll help you. But I'm never going to tell somebody they should go gray, Yeah. But all of a sudden, unless they ask me, in my opinion, But I've had several people come up and say that they went gray because they saw me. So almost like by leading by example, other women see, oh, it's okay to do this. Have you had that yet?
Yeah.
As far as you know?
Oh, yeah. I've had it a lot. But it hasn't been super outwardly. It's just been if I run into them or they'll write me a little sweet note or whatever. But I think I've convinced one of my best friends, and that's who I'm going to see tonight. But like I said, my older friends, they're just love their dye and their bleach. So, I mean, and that's fine, whatever,
Yeah. To each his own.
Yeah. To each his own. But but it feels good when someone comes up to you and says, you inspired me, because I look at these, I'm inspired daily. Yeah. By these Facebook groups and blogs and you and there's a lot of resources out there, which is so great.
There is. I don't think I could have done this when, I've met a lot of women who did this maybe 10 years ago or 15 years ago, and there's nothing out there, and it was so much harder. Like, I think having, especially Instagram and our Facebook group, like having other women out there who are cheering you on, especially when you get a mean comment, I've had several times where people have stolen my photos to use in anti-gray hair ads, remember? And it's like,
yes, I do remember.
It's so crazy. So to have these other ladies who are like, it's okay to do this. And, I think it makes a big difference. And I think a lot of us look younger with our gray hair. Like, I think you look fantastic, so it brightens your skin. So.
It's, like we've seen a lot. It's how nature intended you to look.
Right.
And I especially love to see women of other countries,
Yeah.
India and more of the countries where women are really expected to hold a different kind of standard. Um,
Right.
yeah, and I love that when we get, one strong woman saying, I'm going against everything that I've been told and believe, and this is what I'm going to do. And it's really incredible.
Since you've let your hair go gray from the dark brunette color it was before, has it changed the kind of colors you wear, or the style of your clothing, or the style of your hair, or your attitude? Like, what has it changed?
Yes, definitely. It has changed a few things. Not really the style of clothes I wear, but definitely the colors. I can't wear, and the burnt orangey kind of rust tones used to be my favorite with my auburn hair, but they look terrible now. So I've had to get rid of all of that color.
Yeah.
And brown as well. Brown doesn't look good, but the neutrals, like a light camel, and the grays and the more earth tones, I love to wear. And I've been really into pinks lately, which is
Me
so
too.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
painted our second bedroom pink.
I
It's
like that.
beautiful. It's this beautiful light Benjamin Moore color, 2020 color of the year. It's this beautiful pink. And I thought, what is going on with me? So definitely, I think, that's changed. And as far as no, as far as makeup, maybe a little less makeup. But I think that's pretty much remained the same. I think just to play up eyes once in a while, and lipstick. Like I have makeup on now because I'm going out, but I won't wear any more than this. And I
Yeah.
just can't do the dark lipstick yet, Katie. Yeah,
And
yeah.
no pressure. You don't have to.
I
I
know.
love.
I feel like I don't know. I feel it just. I'm sure it would look fine, but
Yeah.
I prefer nudes.
Yeah. Well, they look really good on you too with your coloring.
Yeah.
So.
I love the darks and the dark reds on you too. I think it's seasonal too. Like if I was going to a Christmas gathering and I was wearing black, I might do like red lips or something.
That makes sense,
Yeah.
And you do what you're comfortable with. You don't want to be uncomfortable when
I
you're
know.
in public.
And I have a really hard time with keeping lipstick on.
Yeah.
I've tried everything. And it seems like when I wear reds, it just cakes and I feel like I'm,
Yeah, like dry. I like to wear, there's a City Beauty product that's like a gloss, City Lips Clear, and you put it on and then you put your lipstick on and it kind of keeps your lipstick on.
Nice.
But you know those lipsticks that are like heavier that will soak in and be on all day? I can't stand those.
No. Oh no. My friend Julie always talks about this Maybelline Stay Put lips, and I've tried it. I've tried every color, and I ended up just giving them all to her because I just can't do it.
I can't take it either.
And they look amazing on her.
Yeah. It's kind of like perfume. Some things fit some people and some things don't work.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah, for sure.
Let's see. So do you have any advice for somebody who's on the fence about going gray?
Yeah, I just, I think making the decision is the hardest part. And if you're kind of on the fence, just let it grow for 4 months. Give yourself 3 to 4 months. Just see what those colors are. You just never know what's up there. And
right.
you may hate it. You may decide I don't have enough gray. It's mousy. I don't like it. And that's fine. You can always go back to the dye. But you have to give yourself, I would say, 4 months, 4 to 5 months just to see. And it may not be time. You can dye. Some people die and then, realize they made a mistake and come back to it. It's
right. Some people do it 2 or 3 times,
Yeah. It's just hair, and we make mistakes. We think we can go one way and it doesn't work out. And just, don't be hard on yourself, and just get support. Like, our Silver Revolution Facebook group and the Silver Circle, and a few others have been just so supportive and so lovely. And the women who I've met, like you and Jolie and just so many others have just, you're my friends. It's having another friend group who's super supportive. And sometimes you can talk and say things to them, like you wouldn't say to other people,
That's true. I find the
Yeah.
support really amazing. And it's funny because I'm 53 too, although for some reason I keep shaving a year off my age, not on purpose. It's almost like time is flying. I keep forgetting. But like, I remember when I was in my late 40s, I started to have that feeling of being invisible, like some women say they have, because, and I felt like I was kind of fading away. Like when I look at pictures of myself now, I think it was because that fake hair color was kind of, it was harsh and it was overpowering the rest of my face. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I also think mentally, I was dyeing my hair to kind of hide my age. And so now that I'm not hiding anything, I feel more like me, which makes you feel younger. You know what I mean? Like when you feel authentic, I think it makes you feel youthful.
I do too. I agree with that statement. However, I still look at some pictures of my old hair and I long for it. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, my hair. And I show a picture to Garrett and he'll be like, no way, Levy, that looks so fake. No way. It looks so much better now.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it looks good when it does require a little bit more work and,
Yeah.
don't look like this every day. So,
yeah. I mean, I think it also just makes sense because it's also sometimes represents a time in your life too. You know what I mean? So when my kids were little and I have pictures of them, I had my long dark hair and they really liked it, so I miss that. But I think it also depends, like if I was going to be a person dyeing my hair again, I would definitely do salon dyes, because when I see pictures of myself with a salon dye, it really did look good. When I see pictures of myself with a home dye, it looks so fake. Yeah. And I had to do that financially for sometimes because I was dyeing my hair so often. It was so expensive to go, every month to get your hair colored. Because for my hair was coming in, the grays were popping up within a few days of me getting my hair colored. Did yours show up that fast?
Days. Yeah.
I did not miss having to worry about that.
No, I don't either. But I would just go, if, in between, I would just go get a box of dye and just do it quick myself.
Yeah. But were you good at it? I was horrible at it.
I was pretty good at it. I was. Yeah.
I think I'm too lazy. People would say to me, your hair is a different color in the back. I was like,
oh my gosh.
So before we head out today, just from being the founder of this gray hair group, what's the number one concern you see women posting about? Like for anybody who's thinking about going gray, like what's the number one thing that seems to be worrying women who decide to go gray?
Their husband's not being supportive. Hands down.
Yeah.
That is very bothersome to me. There's a much broader, bigger underlying problem
issue
with that. Yeah. And I'm not a therapist, but I know that your husband, your lover, should be supportive in whatever you decide. And if they are saying that it will age you, it looks terrible when you get your hair, there's another underlying issue that's not kind. And so I'm really glad that we, as Civil Revolution members, support and encourage and give women the courage and the strength to be brave and say that's not okay.
Right. I think that's true.
And usually the husbands come around. Have you noticed that?
Yeah. Usually they do, especially once the hair's all grown out.
So I think that's the best thing about our Civil Revolution group is just the kindness and how uplifting we are. And I think that you and I have done such a great job with reading, so many comments and posts. And if there's anything ever negative or unkind, we're all over that. And Jolie's been such a great help with that too. Jolie from the Silver Circle.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and really every member. There's, we report unkind things, and we're really on top of that. We don't need any of that in our world right now. It's just there's no space for that. So
right, that's what I really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But for the most part, it was like 99.999 always so encouraging and And I can't thank you enough for all of what you do for the group and your blog. And I'm just so proud of you for what you've done.
Oh, thank
Wow.
you. It's exciting. So it's fun.
Well, cheers, Katie, and thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, thank you for participating. It was fun.
I can't wait to meet you one day. One day we're going to meet face to face.
Yes, definitely. When this is all over, we'll get on the plane and have a girls' weekend or something.
No kidding. When I can give you a big hug.
Yeah, that'd be wonderful. Well, thank you, Joni, and have a great rest of your weekend.
Yeah, you too. Take care. Mwah.
Bye.
Bye.